I ain't forget about y'all. I know I said on Sunday, Wednesdays, I was gonna be up here, songwriting Q&A. I'm a man of my word, so uh, appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're tuning in, appreciate you for being up here. Um, you songwriters up here, here, whether you're artist, artist, songwriter, producers, songwriter, um, just those who write songs. You know, I feel like I feel like vulnerability may, come back. I feel vulnerability may come back. Um, I've heard a lot of songs recently where that old sound is coming back. Um, I feel like you know you have to be caught on to the new wave, of course, but I feel like a lot of the old school methods can still work. The vulnerability, the emotion, in music can still work, or it will work because the roots of or foundation of a lot of different genres of music is vulnerability and emotion. Um, certain formulas that people use as far as songwriting and producing. I believe it still works. I believe it still works. Uh, also, if you have a question, um, later, if you have a question, feel free to comment, and I greatly, answer your questions. You know, you don't have to necessarily be on live at the present time, but you still can ask questions later on if you see this video. You have questions about music, songwriting, producing. Um, you know, I answer your questions the best way possible, so you'll get a clear understanding of things as far as music. I've been songwriting for a while now. Been through a lot of experiences in the songwriting business. You know, writing for certain artists, uh, hitting the charts. So, my goal is Grammy. Grammy, that's my goal. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible, especially with God. Things can happen as far as music is concerned. Uh, but I just, here to encourage other people. I'm not just having, hogging information for myself, but if I had information, I would love to share the information I know with you all as far as music is concerned. Uh, Not saying I'm the best songwriter myself, but I've had experience in songwriting, and I would love to encourage other people as far as songwriting is concerned. If you have any questions with songwriting, but again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. But yeah, I feel like vulnerability may be coming back as far as uh, soul music is concerned. Uh, as songwriting, I think it's I think the clever songwriting, may be in return. Um, it's a lot of clever songwriters out there. I think of people like James Font Leroy, The Dream. They still going strong as far as songwriting for people. Those are two of the people that have influenced me as far as songwriting is concerned. Like Rico Love, also songwriter as well. But you just have to find inspiration um, to write. Find ideas, learn concepts through other people's situations. It may not be a good situation, you know, but you get inspiration from all types of things if you're a songwriter. I feel you look at things from a different lens. When you're a songwriter, you see things from a different lens that nobody doesn't see. You see creativity in situations. Somebody can be talking and having a conversation near me, my family, my friends, just being out somewhere and people talk and a phrase, makes my ear, and I write it down, I record, or you think of a melody from what you heard, you know, all types of things, all types of things come to your head as far as music is concerned. So, if you have a question about songwriting, I said, like I said, I'm a man of my word. I said I'm gonna be up here every Sunday and Wednesday, to help you out as far as songwriting is concerned. If you have any questions about songwriting, feel free to ask a question because we all can learn. We all can get better. You may know things I don't know. We learn from each other about songwriting. Not all songs have to be structured the same way. Uh, it depends on certain eras of music as well. It determines the structure of music as well. Is that it don't always have to be verse, chorus, you know, verse, chorus, bridge. It may be a hook at the beginning. It may be a hook to bring the song in. I know some instances where somebody may send me a beat where the energy is at the beginning of the song, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should put a hook on this part. So all songs is not all songs is not created equal. All songs is not created equal. You may have um, like a pre-hook or something at the beginning. I guess the strongest part of the song. You know, I think you should put at the beginning of a song. It ain't always the verse. Sometimes the intro may introduce the hook. I think a lot of like songwriters from the '80s and '90s, they had the formula of having, the hook at the beginning of the song, to reel their audience in to the song. Because sometimes if you wait for the hook in the middle of the song, it doesn't work the same way. Shout out to Princess Diana Royal. A lot of people are starting their songs, with the hook. Uh, you think of people like Babyface. His formula uh, is starting with the hook. A lot of his songs in the '90s, if you listen, like "Can We," but the thing is, when he did the hook, he played it through the instrumental, the melody at the beginning. It's a lot of, like you think of After Seven, Can't Stop, How I Feel. He starts with the hook at the beginning to reel your audience in. So Princess Diana Royale, that's still a formula these days. And if you know any other formula that people use, please feel free to let me know or let us know. Um, and we all learn different secrets to songwriting, different secrets to song structure uh, when it comes to what music is concerned. Because um, some people write and it can be boring. If you send your song to a record label, they're listening to that hook at the beginning. If that hook doesn't capture them, they'll move on to the next song. You know, that song has to be captivating from the first, the intro, or they won't be hooked to it. So yeah, Boys Men started with harmonizing. Yeah, especially on their first album. Especially on that first album, they reeled people in with their gift of harmonizing, and that's what made them very successful with their music. You know, they really didn't want Babyface on the second album because they kind of got into their ego, and they really want to create themselves. It comes a time in an artist's career where they want to, uh, especially in that era, they want to create for themselves. It could be a financial issue. You know, the songwriter takes a lot of the producer, rather, I say the producer. They take the percentage of a song, and the artist, all they're left is with commission from tours. The manager takes a lot of the money as well. As far as being an artist is concerned, and so a lot of artists get to that. One thing I don't like when they start with dialogues. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes especially like in the 70s and the 80s, a lot of songs, especially guy groups, they started with a lot of dialogue. That's kind of old school. But a lot of new school people, a lot of new school artists, especially male artists, uh, I say the early 2000s, like Trey Songz, they started with a little talking, the to kind of, if you think about what's that song B Cox did last time by Trey Songz. He had a little talk part, but it wasn't too long. You know, it wasn't too long because that the thing I said, straight. You got to get straight to that excitement in the song. You can't let people wait too long, or they'll change the station, or they'll change the YouTube video, because they're trying to wait for that excitement of the song to come in. So that's a big thing to learn about um, songwriting. And like the topic I have is vulnerability. Vulnerability is a huge thing as far as songwriting is concerned. And again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you, Princess Diana Royale. Appreciate your comments. Um, Also, if you want to support this channel, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you want to send a super chat, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. But it's great that you're in here. What helps you write music, beats, or lyrics? Um, what helps me create a song? Uh, a lot of times it's the mood of the song, maybe the sense, or like the piano or something like that, or it creates the mood of the song. Uh, when I'm writing to a song, the mood of the song, yeah, if it's like in a minor key, you think it's real deep, not necessarily a sad situation, but something deep, or a very conceptual song with a very creative concept. And like, I feel like a lot of songs is very dark these days. you know, I wish bright music was coming back, because sometimes I see music through colors. I don't know if you all have seen music through colors. You know, you listen to a song, you think of the color purple, you think of the color orange, you think of different colors, like from different artists. But I think, to answer your question, Prince Diana, yeah, when I write music, I'm inspired by the mood of the song or the beat. Uh, that really that really inspires my title, inspires my lyrics, inspires what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, that's a great question too. The beat and the lyrics. If somebody's writing and I have to create a beat, I listen to their lyrics, and that helps me out as far as the beat is concerned. What type of instrumentation I'm going to put on the beat, on the song. Excuse me. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's a lot that goes in. You want your music to match the lyrics, and you want your lyrics to match the beat. You don't want a happy song. You don't want a happy song like, and you have a minor chord beat. a dark beat. It don't make sense. You know, and I hear a lot of songs these days like that. It's a song, but the beat is like very dark. Minor chords, dark synth pads. And I don't get that. You know, but I wish, like I said, I wish bright music. Minor chords, basic chord progressions. I feel that. You know, I feel like it's sad to say a lot of that music is very dark as well. I don't know why, but yeah, especially like worship music. I think a lot of worship music has a lot of dark chords too. They starting to fall into like minor chords and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm a huge music theorist, music theory, but that's how I feel about a lot of music these days. It's just very dark. A lot of minor chords in music. You know, but if you have any more questions, I would greatly, you can send a question to me. That was a great question. What helps you write music, the beats or lyric? Yeah, it depends on, it depends on what comes first. Like sometimes I'll be somewhere. That's good about your cell phone. It's like you think of a melody, you don't want to lose that melody. Like as soon as you get a melody in your head, you should put it down. Put it down in your cell phone. If you have a melody, you may not sound the best. And you may not be a singer, but if you have that tape recorder, you can, you know, you can write, you can put down ideas. And that's how Max Martin, if y'all know Max Martin, he produced a lot of stuff for Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears. He yeah, he put a lot of stuff down in his phone, uh, like his tape recorder at that time. Like "Hit Me Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears. He said he thought of that in his before he went to sleep at night, and he put it down his voice recorder, and it became a hit because he put that thought down. Never forget that thought. Record that thought as soon as you get that thought, and you don't want to erase that from your mind. But yeah, great, great question. But yeah, if you have any more questions, appreciate y'all and appreciate if you're up here. Uh, if you're an artist, producer, songwriter, artist, you know, put leave a comment and I'll shout you out. Like I said, we all in this together. Better, nobody's better than the other person. We all can learn. We all can learn about this thing called music. We all can get better. Never get to the point where you're comfortable. With the way you are. You can always get better as far as music is concerned. Always realize there's always you can always get better at this. You know, so yeah. But let me know. If you're an artist, producer, songwriter. Uh, what inspires you as far as music? Are you better at lyrics? Are you better at music? Um, what are your strengths? Let me know your strengths. Also, if you listening back, later on to this live, um, if you play back this live, let me know. What are you good at? You good at producing? You good at songwriting? You good at concepts? You know, you're better at verses. Some people. I used to be better at verses than hooks. I can flow with verses, but when it comes to a hook, I used to have a hard time with hooks at one point. You know, That used to be my weakness. But I'm starting to get better at hooks because realizing more of the structure of a song, you know, you with with hooks, you know. But again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know, those who watching. Uh, yeah, we like I said, we all in this together. Um, you know, if you realize that, you know, going back to the hook, you know, uh, once you realize a hook is like the summary of a song, uh, that's when you realize a hook is easier to write. You know, that's when you realize a hook is easier to write because uh, you know, you realize it's a summary. You have to summarize the whole song through the hook. You know, so yeah. Hope y'all got something out of what I'm saying tonight. I hope y'all get what I'm saying tonight. Like I said, if you watch this video later on, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment, and your questions may help somebody else. What you say in the comment may help somebody else out as far as songwriting is concerned. You know, it may help people out. So, uh, yeah, I used to have problems with verses, man, with hooks. I used to have problems with writing hooks. But once you realize what the purpose of each part is, you start getting stronger at those certain things in a song. You know, like I said, I used to be kind of weak at hooks, uh, but my verse is strong. You know, I think and the thing is, a hook is the hook is the main part of the song. Once you get that hook right, you know, you can go on. Like once I get a hook, I can write the rest fast. So, but appreciate y'all for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know what's the best part of the song for you to write. Are you strong at a verse? Are you strong at a hook? Are you strong at a pre-chorus? Let me know, your strengths as far as songwriting is concerned. You know, let me know what you're good at. But yeah, again, appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like I said, I'll be out here every Sunday and every Wednesday, just helping people out. We can help each other out with songwriting. We can help each other out with songwriting. You know, thinking of concepts and stuff like that. Like the name of this, I feel like vulnerability is coming back. Uh, I think people are getting back to I wouldn't say real music. A lot of people songs in the 70s is real music. Songs in the 80s is real music. But if you talk to a Gen Z, a younger person, they'll say their music is the real music. They don't want to listen to that old stuff. you know. So I don't consider a certain era, I don't consider a certain genre real music. You know, a person can feel like traditional jazz uh, is real music. Compared to smooth jazz. When Kenny G came out, the genre of smooth jazz was a huge thing. And people despise smooth jazz. I watched the Kenny G the Kenny G documentary, and people was they hated on Kenny G when he first came out because they felt like his music wasn't real jazz. All these big jazz critics, they was on him because they felt like uh, Kenny G wasn't real jazz. But what can you consider real jazz? uh, I consider Kenny G like easy listening, smooth jazz. In the middle of those. But he has his own style. You can't hate on Kenny G. He has his own style. you know. So yeah. So again, appreciate you for tuning in. Let me know you're in the building. Let me know you're in the building. Uh, yeah, but I think we should bring back vulnerability. I think that evokes, I think that evokes a lot of emotion in music, vulnerability as far as music is concerned. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Uh, it's kind of, thinking about songwriting. It's kind of like YouTube these days. Uh, People want you to, you know, be talking, just talking out your head. When they watch a video, they want you to get straight to the point. A lot of people come to YouTube for a particular need. They need to learn something. They want to gain knowledge in a certain subject. Uh, and I feel like songwriting is the same way. People want to listen to songs in a certain situation. You name the song a certain subject, and they want you to get straight to that point. They want you to get straight to that point. Um, and they want you to get to that straight to that certain emotion, as far as music is concerned. They want you to get straight to that point. And so again, if anybody don't have any more questions, but if you listen back to this video, uh, feel free to ask your questions still. If you have any questions about songwriting, producing, being an artist. It's a lot of, it's the merge of songwriter, singers here. A lot of people that's very versatile in the music these days. And we have to be more versatile as far as music is concerned. I feel. Uh, I think we are, but I think uh, a lot of like I said, a lot of artists is becoming songwriters these days because they see how the industry has changed as far as money is concerned, as far as the way labels are set up. To take from the artist, um, and like I said, a lot of artists is becoming songwriters, and I feel like the best artists are songwriters. If you look at Money Long, you look at Neo, you look at these certain artists. Um, even Michael Jackson was a great songwriter. Even Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, Christmas is coming up, and people gonna be playing All I Want for Christmas, and she was a great, you know, she's a great songwriter as well. You know, so uh, yeah. So I'm about to get off, but like I said, I'm gonna keep my word. Sundays and Wednesdays, songwriting Q&A. So, feel free to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you need help with anything as far as songwriting is concerned. You know, don't be afraid to ask. Don't get too much into yourself where you can't ask questions about music. How can I get better? How can I get better with music? How can I get better with songwriting? Because I've learned new things every day, as far as songwriting is concerned. It's always something new to learn. It's always something new to learn in songwriting. You know, Songwriting structure is not always the same. Like I said, not all songwriting, not all songs are created equal. The structure from the 1970s may not work now. It may not work now. So you have to find your niche. You have to find your signature structure, if I would say, and if it works, roll with it. Roll with it until the wheels fall off. And so, uh, appreciate y'all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, Music Tips and Reviews with JG. And until next time, all right, peace.